Hello everyone. So I have been playing around with the Simon Says stamp balloons, dies, and the happy birthday die. And I've been kind of mass producing a whole bunch of birthday cards. So I thought I would do one on camera, show you guys how I made it, and then I'll show you all the other ones I made. So I'm using some pattern paper from Basic Gray's Highline 6x6 pack, which is super fun. So I love this kind of ombre paper, and this is the last I've got of it. I've already been using it up. And I've got the round die from the set, and I've already determined I kind of want the balloon to be cut like this. So just hanging off the edge, it doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm going to trim off the excess paper here just so that I can run the other die through my Big Shot at the same time. So I'm just going to get that into place, and I've got my magnetic platform. And then for the balloon dies, you don't need the shim, but I'm using the shim for the happy birthday dies. Let's just put that there for a minute. Just some black cardstock, and because these are so kind of detailed, I'm gonna run those through at the same time and use the shim for that, just to make sure they cut through this heavier weight black cardstock. Okay, make sure I've got it all lined up how I want it. Put that one back like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna run this through now. Okay, so I've got that. So I've got my kind of partial balloon there, and then the words. Okay, so I've got them all popped out, and then I've just got a piece of white cardstock. I'll zoom back out again there. So I'd cut this to, I think, 4 inches. Yeah, 4 by 5.5. And just going to figure out how I'm going to do everything here. And then I'm going to have some baker's twine. So this one's doodle twine. So I'm just going to cut a decent little length of that. And then you start to tie the little knot. Leave it open like that, and then just scoop it over the end of the balloon here. This works especially good when you're doing really small die cuts and you're trying to tie something around it in a knot, is to start it and then loop it around, and then it's super quick and easy. So I've got my little knot going on there. And what I want to do is I'm just going to adhere the balloon into place. So I'm just using my Tombow Monomulti. I decided not to do any dimensionals or anything with these cards. I wanted to keep them really flat and kind of simple so that they're easier to mail. So there, I've got my cool little ombre balloon. And then for this, I kind of wanted to give it something fun. So I'm going to just loop up the twine, and you kind of let it do its own thing. You know, it kind of wants to bend and curl and go in whatever direction. So you just kind of go with it. Okay, so that's gonna work. So now I'm gonna take my Ranger Multi-Medium Matte, and I'm just gonna put a little dab of it right here, right where the string is going to loop. And then I just press down with my finger. It takes just a few seconds for it to start to dry, and then it's gonna hold the string in place. It never seems like it at first because it's, you know, a liquid adhesive. But then in a few seconds, it just starts to hold it. And then when it's dry, it's good to go. If you wanted to, you can coat the string, and then you can actually do like loop-de-loops and all kinds of fun things. I did that on a card last week. I did that. I didn't do a video of it, but I did some ribbon and did it all like crinkly and fun and stuff. So it's really neat, this stuff. I really enjoy it. But yeah, for these, I want to keep everything kind of flat, but still have a bit of interest. So I'm just putting dabs of the adhesive down, and then getting the string through it, and just kind of creating a free-form sort of look to it, and yet keeping it in place so that the card looks really cool and the string isn't just like hanging there. Okay, so now it just needs a little bit of time to dry. I'm not going to cut all of the tail off. I'm gonna let some of it hang off, but I just want to trim it a little bit there. There we go. So I've got that, and then I have my card base, which is again just some white cardstock. So and this one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so standard A2 sized card. And then I've just got another strip of pattern paper here that I'm just going to quickly trim down. So I've got my strip of pattern paper, just a matter of adhering that into place. And then I'm going to adhere the larger piece. I've got that with the little bit of pattern paper peeking out. Then finally I want to add my sentiments. So I'm going to just again use my Tombow Monomulti. With really finely detailed die cuts like this, I basically just apply the adhesive kind of in the areas where the lines meet. That's the kind of largest areas of the cardstock. I'm barely squeezing my glue and just adding a really, really small amount. So that's it for the outside of the card, and now for the inside of the card, I just got another strip of one of the pattern papers from the pack and just trimmed it down. I'm going to adhere that to the inside of the card, just like so. And then I've got a sentiment from the Simon Says Stamp Birthday Messages set, and I'm just going to line it up on my acrylic block. And then I'm going to ink that up with my Memento Rosebud ink. And there we go. So yeah, there is the finished card. So like I said, I made a whole bunch of these. I just sat down in one sitting and mass produced several birthday cards I have on hand using all the same pattern papers and just kind of alternating how I was die cutting the balloons. So these two I did kind of the same. This one I did it more off to the side. Did this one more in the center. But yeah, really fun, really easy. And then all the insides, I would just add a strip of pattern paper and one of the sentiments from either the birthday messages or the birthday balloons stamp set. And yeah, really fun kind of set of birthday cards. So as always, I will post a link below to my blog post, and I'll post links to all the supplies used. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!